I'm always appreciative of the fact that you get down with the big boys in the trenches and you have an eye for that. You alluded to how you've been out in Oxnard, and the big thing that people have been paying attention to is Tyler Smith on the interior. What were your thoughts seeing Tyler Smith out in Oxnard?
First and foremost, man, I'm not even going to sugarcoat this. I'm not going to be light about it. Tyler Smith is better than Connor McGovern. And I'm wondering, I'm wondering why are we playing this, oh, he's a rookie, he's got to earn the star thing. I think being good enough is enough to earn a star, because we didn't earn the star with CD and Micah and Trey Diggs. Those dudes were just kind of thrown in the fire. Terrence Steele wasn't even good, and he was thrown in the fire. So I'm looking at Tyler Smith, who is a dude that's clearly stronger, clearly has a better anchor, clearly a little more athletic. What is he missing? I would love to just talk to a coach. I would love to talk to somebody behind the scenes, right? I'm looking at his Tulsa tape, right? And Tyler Smith is a dude, his technique is absolutely terrible. But within weeks, shout out to Duke Manyweather, man. He just took that project, and all of a sudden, Tyler Smith has much better technique. And we're just like, if you can just harness this little nasty thing that you do, this angry, powerful thing that you do, you can smoke anybody. And now I'm just waiting to see that in full motion, but we can't see it if he's going against second teamers. We can't see it if he's going against third teamers. So what we're going to see coming up preseason Saturday, we just get to see Tyler Smith versus regular dudes in regular action. And that's what I'm waiting on.
So, Voch, when you look at this offensive line as a whole, when it's Tyron Smith, Connor McGovern, or Tyler Smith, whoever's going to be the left guard, Tyler Biadasz, Zach Martin, who we know is on his way to Canton, and, of course, Terrence Steele at right tackle. What does your eyes see in what this offensive line is and what they still need to improve upon?
We got problems, man. We have problems with, hey, what if Tyron Smith gets hurt? What if Tyler is not ready to move into his next level? And also too, Terrence Steele. Terrence Steele was a guy that played through a season and he did some good things. But my whole thing about those guys in particular, we're not worried about Zach Martin. Let's just be honest here. Terrence Steele is a guy, right? I'm looking at him as a guy. Okay, can you just be better than Rusty Lael or Fat Lael or Tired Lael? If he can be better than that guy, okay, cool. You're a little better at right tackle. So just keep, and that's another Duke Manyweather guy. We just need to just take up a collection plate for that guy. Tyler Smith, can you be better than Connor Williams? Now, that's a different little conversation because Tyler is different than Connor Williams. Connor Williams can probably do more reach blocking. He can do better second level blocking, but everybody hates Connor because D linemen pick him up and move him from point A to point B. You don't do that with Tyler Smith. He moves you. So if we can stop this Connor McGovern politics for once in our life, then maybe we can get Tyler in his role. And it's going to be confused for everybody because there's a Tyron, a Tyler, another Tyler. Man. So we just got to be, careful with that. And Tyron Smith, we know Tyron is going to lay down and go ouch one day. We don't know what day it's going to be, and it's going to be for like 5 or so games. And, I was on a flight, so I didn't really get to see the Denver practice, but apparently Josh Ball is stinking it up. So we just need to just, hope that Tyron can just keep it together. Now, this is my little plan, and this will never work because this is fantasy football, and we know coaches hate fantasy football.
That's right.
I don't want to waste Tyron Smith on games that don't matter. Right? I only want to roll him out versus good teams and good edge players. So when we go against like the Lions or something, I don't need to see Tyron Smith versus the Lions. I don't want to see him versus the Bears or the Jags or something like that because we don't need Tyron for the first 8 games. We need him for the last 8, But that'll never happen because that just makes too much sense and it's fantasy football. But, you just know it's going to happen at some point. So let's just try to limit those reps. But the problem with that is Josh Ball is stinking it up.
I think he's on that Kawhi Leonard load management plan for Tyron.
Oh, man.
It sounds like.
And look, I'm riding with you on the idea.
Actually,
Voch, hear me out. I'm riding with you on the idea, but like, who you putting at left tackle if it's not Tyron?
That's the problem. Josh Ball's taking it up, so we're in a weird little position.
Okay, all right, cool.
He's like, I don't want to do that, but this is the idea that I like.
Okay, but look, watch this though, right? Let's just kind of play around since we're just talking right now.
Yes, sir.
The wisdom would say, hey, can we just put Tyler Smith at left tackle and just play Connor McGovern at left guard? That would be a thing, but coaches hate to move guys around. Well, what's the point of having guys that can move around if you don't want to move them around? I feel like I'm making too much sense, but I don't want to, ruffle any feathers here. I just got the job.
Voch, no, you got the job because you ruffle feathers, right? But all right. right, now I think I'm in the position of like being the mouthpiece for the coaches, which I don't really love, but here we are.
Sure.
Now, this is a dude in Tyler Smith who is new to this, right? Not true to this yet. So you talked about his technique. How is that affected when he's having to play both left guard and left tackle, also working on his technique and trying to get that better?
So it's different. And this is what I hate about fans, because fans think that guards are just bad tackles, and that's not the case. Like, tackle is we're moving in space. It's more about timing. It's more about technique. It's more about counters and things like that. When you're a guard, you just kind of in a phone booth wrestling a bear. But I like Tyler Smith in a phone booth wrestling a bear. Now, if you watch his Tulsa film, he was a guy that played tackle. He played it incorrectly, but he was just good. His tackle tape was so weird. You would think Tulsa didn't even have coaches. He just did homework and showed up to the game on Saturday. Just no technique at all. But he is a guy with that no technique. I'm saying this like there's no technique because he had no technique, but he could literally with his left hand grab some dude's wrist and with his right hand grab his back and take him all the way to the water cooler. Like, that's really what Tyler Smith was able to do at left tackle. But the National Football League is a little bit different. So if we just want to do the right thing, and Coach Philbin probably doesn't want to get fired, and just leave Tyler Smith at left guard. Because if we know anything about Tyler Smith, right, take away all the tackle stuff, all the timing, all the balance, all the kick setting, we know that Tyler Smith is good at whooping people. And left guard, you essentially just got to line up and just whoop people.
Now, Voch Lombardi of The Volume, joining us right here on the Get Right with Reggie KG on 105 through the Fan. One of my favorite tweets from you so far this training camp and preseason has been, look, I don't want to hear nothing about Micah Parsons. He's doing his thing. Wow. We know he's going to do his thing. I don't want to hear nothing about Micah. But indulge me for just a second.
Uh-oh.
How good is Micah Parsons, and how good has he been so far in camp?
See, man, this is weird, man, because somebody's going to look at me and call me a homer just because I think Micah Parsons is good, right? Listen, the one thing I don't want to do is get numb to greatness, right? Like we just see Micah every day. And, okay, watch this, right? I dare anybody to do this. Go to one of your favorite Cowboy beat reporters. Find one of the little training camp videos. Find some offensive stuff, right? Find Dak Prescott throwing the ball to CeeDee Lamb and scoring a touchdown. I promise you, the only reason he made that throw is because we didn't blow the whistle because Micah got there anyway, right? Like, that dude, if we were, like, really sacking people, there would be no practice. You would have to take him off the field. And I don't want us to just see Micah being so good that it turns into routine, right? Same thing with Zach Martin. We don't talk about how great Zach Martin is because Zach Martin's always here. But, like, Cincinnati would love to have a Zach Martin. Cincinnati beat writers would be talking about Zach Martin every day if he was in Cincinnati, right? We look at Micah Parsons just whooping Terrence Steele. He's whooping Terrence Steele so much, we're starting to think Terrence Steele can't play. And Terrence is fine when he's against Basham or he's against, like Fowler or something like that. But Micah's just so naturally gifted. He is a specimen. And the thing about that dude, bro, there was this graphic, these numbers that came out. It was, T.J. Watt had like 400 rushes and 18 sacks. Myles Garrett had his double-digit sack, his 15 sacks on 300 rushes. Oh, Micah Parsons had 13 and a half sacks. How many rushes did he have? Like 100 and something. He was a part-time rusher. He didn't even have benefits as a rusher. He clocked out early as a rusher, and he still got 13 and a half sacks. And all that dude has done is just line up and just smoke people. They'll line him up over Terrence. He'll whoop Terrence. They put him in the guard. He's whooping guards, right? Let's not get numb to that dude, right? I see a lot of Cowboy fans now. They always think about these other teams that they don't think about their own superpowers, right? These fans will be like, hey, we need like an Aaron Donald kind of guy. We need like a Khalil Mack kind of guy. Micah Parsons is your Aaron Donald. He raises the ceiling. Now, all the other guys on the defense, they kind of raise your floor a little bit, and that's good. And Dan Quinn raises your floor a little bit. That's fantastic. But Micah Parsons is the ammunition that rips this thing to shreds, and we must give him his flowers. We got to give him his flowers right now, because if we're going to win the SB word, because I don't want to sound like a homer there, if we're going to win the SB word, it's going to be led by defense, and it's going to be on the back of that dude.
And the funny thing about that is all that I'm not even sure if he knew everything that he was doing at that point. Imagine when he actually knows what he's doing.
He was doing. Micah Parsons just rolled out the bed better than people. He wasn't a technical guy. I trained with D. Ware, and D. Ware is going over fundamentals that people learned in like 7th grade football. That dude doesn't know what he's doing. He's just naturally better than people. So just imagine the day when he finally realized what he's doing. The one thing that I don't want, and this terrifies me, is, because this this is typical Cowboy fan. Mike is going to get paid one day. I just hope people don't hate him once he gets paid.
Oh, well, I mean, that's going to happen because people are haters. Haters exist in every walk of life. Now, one of the things that I've been really intrigued by is the interior defensive line on this team. Sure. And you gave me one of my favorite comments. I've been talking about how some of these dudes have been on the peanut butter diet, so I appreciate it. I had to thank you for that. But no, what does the interior defensive line, particularly the starters, Osa and Neville, look like thus far in camp to your eye?
So this is another thing that gets me positive about this defense. Just this positive optimism about this defense. Look at what we were able to do last year with these dudes in their rookie bodies. Like, Osa played a bunch. And look, the only reason Osa hit the rookie wall is because he was exhausted. Neville Gallimore was hurt. Guys like Brent Urban got hurt, right? So now we have this healthy rotation, whatever, right? Osa looks shredded. Prison diet shredded. You know what I mean? And look, he was a guy that he played one tech nose tackle, right? He played nose tackle at 280 pounds, right? So now he's a little bit more than that. He's a lot more shredded. And look, people, please don't overreact when I say this, right? I'm not saying that he's Aaron Donald, but y'all know how Aaron Donald is a dude that plays a big boy position, but he's not fat. He's just a shredded dude. Osa is that shredded dude at that weight that's quick, that's powerful. Then he has that wrestling, I know leverage thing. I think Osa Odighizuwa is about to be a dude that kind of smokes this, right? And then look, let's watch this. Everybody that I'm talking about, they're going to be better by way of, hey, the coaches on the other side, they got to be aware of what Micah Parsons is now. So Micah's about to get all the attention. Osa's going to be whooping people just one-on-one. Chauncey Golston, who was already a huge dude, added 20 pounds, but he's still quick. Neville Gallimore added 20 pounds, and he's still quick, which kind of makes me wonder, and I would love to ask coaches about this, did we have this meeting to where, okay, guys, we got whooped in the playoffs. San Francisco pushed us around. We have to gain weight, right? Because certain dudes just look like they just came back bigger. And it's normal for younger guys to come back bigger. So when we see Neville, Chauncey, Osa, they come back bigger, it's normal. Guys like Carlos Watkins, he's a veteran. His body really doesn't change at this point in his football life, but his body has changed. So now in my mind, maybe they're looking at the, hey, cafeteria people, we're passing out this peanut butter. Let's feed them a little bit more. Let's get them a little bit bigger. Let's pass out protein pancakes in the morning just to get these guys to grow. And if we're going to really take that next level on D-line growth, I think these dudes are going to be the ones to do it. Also, too, D-Law's back, and D-Law's great. And D-Law is fantastic. And people love to sleep on D-Law. This was a dude that came back in 6 games, right? 6 games, 5 pass deflections, 3 sacks, 2 fumbles and an interception for a touchdown. You cannot sleep on this guy. So, yeah, let's just get excited about this. Some of these guys were hurt. Let's hope they can play 17 games this season and this defense be much better.